I want to show you how to run 2 apps at one time, and this is super easy to do, but before you do it, you do need to make this one adjustment in the settings. So swipe down from the top of the screen, tap on the settings wheel in the upper right corner. From here, we want to go down to advanced features and then lab. And from here, we want to enable multi-window for all apps. This will make it so that all apps are now able to be used in the split screen feature. Now, I'm going to hit the home button and I want to decide what 2 apps do I want to have open. So the first one is I want to have a YouTube video at the top of the screen, and then I want to have a web browser at the bottom so I can browse the web while I'm watching my video. So I'm going to open YouTube first, okay, and then I'm going to hit the home button, and then I'm going to open up Chrome and then hit the home button. So now that I've opened both apps, it makes it really easy to initiate this. I'm going to now hit the recent apps button, swipe over to YouTube, tap on the YouTube icon at the top of the screen, and then tap on open in split screen view. That's going to put YouTube at the top of the screen here. And then, let me change this because there's some weird commercial on the screen. Now I'm going to start playing this video here, and we'll skip the ad as soon as it comes up. There we go. Tap the screen, and then you can tap on this little square to put it in full screen. And now I'm going to select Google Chrome at the bottom here. And now, while I'm watching this video, I can be on the internet. Now, sometimes it'll act a little tricky, so if it does, no problem. You'll need to simply pause the YouTube video and then tap the maximize button to bring it back to full screen. And then hit recent apps. Swipe over to YouTube, tap the icon again, hit open in split screen view. That'll put it back at the top. And then I'm going to hit Chrome for the bottom. Let's hit play, and now our video is playing again. And you know, guess what? Maybe I want to go on Amazon.com or Temu or another shopping website, and I want to do some online shopping while my video is playing. Guess what? I can do that. I can also take the phone and rotate it in the landscape position and continue to use the website just like this while my video is playing on the left side. So this is how you run 2 apps at one time. Now if you tap on these 3 dots in the center, you can tap on the arrows to switch sides of the apps. And then when you're all done, you can simply, oh, excuse me, one more thing. If you tap the 3 dots and you press the star, it'll save this app pairing. So guess what? If you want to use those 2 apps again, it's going to save that pair on your home screen and make it easier for you to open it later. When you're all done, take your finger where the 3 dots are and simply drag it to the left or right, and that'll take you out of the split screen and back into full screen mode. And that's it. So that's how you run 2 apps at one time. Now if I want to get out of this, notice you don't see the home buttons anywhere on the screen. No problem. Swipe from the bottom up and hit the home button, and that'll take you out of it. Now notice our YouTube video is still playing. This is another feature called pop-out video. And so if a YouTube video is playing and you hit the home button, it'll continue to play in a little pop-out screen. So you can keep it playing while you do other things, or I can tap on that screen, pause it, and hit the X in the upper right corner and close that out. So that's just another way to do multitasking as well. If you found these helpful so far, please don't be shy. Make sure you bump that like button down below. And at the end of the video, I would love to hear from you what your favorite tip or trick was that I mentioned, just so I know, get some positive feedback for the next videos. All right, let's move on to our next thing. I want to show you how to keep your phone moving fast. Okay, and to do this, there's a little shortcut you'll want to add to your home screen that will keep this phone moving nice and quick and smooth. Let's swipe down from the top of the screen and tap on the settings wheel in the upper right corner. From here, we want to go all the way down to device care. And so normally you would come here and run what's called an optimization, and this will basically check the health of your phone. It'll check how many apps are running in the background, and it will essentially try to close out anything that you haven't used in a while to help speed the phone up, give you a good boost. Obviously, you'll also get some stats here, so how much storage we have left, the memory, all that good stuff. Now, a really cool trick that most people don't know is If you go to the upper right corner and tap on these three dots here, you can go to settings, and you can then enable show device care on app screen. So if we enable that, next we're going to hit our home button and then swipe up to get to our app screen, and then swipe over, and now you'll have this device care app here, and we can simply hold this, drag it all the way down, and bring it to the home screen. And now we have a shortcut that takes us right to that battery optimization screen, that as soon as you press it, it's automatically going to run a quick optimization and try to close out anything that's causing the phone to run slow. So this is a great tip to keep your phone running fast and smooth, and having it on the home screen is a great reminder to tap it. I would say do it at least once a day is a great rule of thumb. All right, let's move on to our next tip. Now, obviously, this is a really cool phone, but it's very long. It can be really hard to reach things at the top of the screen. So you'll want to enable what is called the one-handed mode. This feature will make it easier for you to reach things when you enable it. So swipe down from the top of the screen here, go to the settings, and from here, we want to go up to advanced features again. Next, you'll want to go to one-handed mode and make sure you turn this on. Next, you're going to tap on one-handed mode and change it from gesture to button. The button works a little bit better in my opinion. So now that we've hit button and we've turned it on, let's hit our home button. And now, if you're holding the phone with one hand and you're trying to reach something at the top of the screen, guess what? All you've got to do is simply tap the home button 2 times, and it'll automatically shrink your screen down into a what is called one-handed mode screen to make it easier for you to reach the top of the screen, check your notifications, different things like that. It just makes everything in reach. And when you're all done with that, you can simply tap anywhere on this outside area to get out of split screen. So that's just a great little tip to make it easier to use the phone with one hand. All right. Let's now move on to our next tip. I want to show you how to customize the front screen. So if we close the phone, we have this nice, beautifully large screen that we can do a lot of cool things on, but you have to set them up. So first, what you'll want to do is tap and keep your finger on the screen. So wait, tap twice to wake up the screen, and then keep your finger on the screen just like that. And you can then swipe left to see all the different presets that are on the screen. So these are all just the normal widgets. And let me just show you, you guys have probably already seen this, but for those that haven't, if I simply just swipe left, these are the widgets that are pre-programmed on the phone, right? But you can make a lot of changes to it. So first, I'm going to hold down on the front screen, and I want to swipe down, and this will show me some other stock main screens. So it could be this, and these just have different backgrounds, so that's cool. Now this one has an entirely different layout. It shows battery percentage, the date, a little clock, and it shows how many notifications you have along with the camera. So I do like that one because that one just gives you so much extra information. As we keep going here, this is kind of a goofy one. So those are a few of the options. Now, as we open the phone, there are a lot more that are available. Now, just that easy, I was able to select this one, and now this is going to be the main screen I'll see when I wake up the phone. And you'll still see your other widgets as you swipe left. Now, when you swipe to the right from this screen, you will see your notifications that are already pending as well, and you can just swipe these away, or you can hit clear to close those out too. Now, if you want to add a widget to this screen, you'll need to swipe over. Now, guess what? Some of you might say, I don't really care about the weather, and I don't want to see the weather. In fact, let me show you what I just did here, because I think that's pretty cool. So, if I just pinch on this screen, it'll show me all the different widgets that are available, which is pretty cool. But you might say to yourself, I don't really care about the weather. I don't want that to be on my screen. No problem. You'll hold down, long press on that front screen, swipe to the left, and then you can tap on the little minus in the upper right corner to get rid of that one. And now you won't see that again. If you're not into tracking your steps, guess what? You can get rid of this one too by tapping on the minus. Now if I swipe over, I can actually tap here. It says tap per permission. I'm going to hit allow. Now I have an alarm clock widget that will allow me to easily set my alarm clock for the next day just by swiping over. Now also, if we hold down this home screen here and we swipe over, I can hold down on this alarm clock option and I can move this one over. Maybe you say that one's pretty important. I'd like to be able to see that one faster. Well, now when I swipe over, I'm going to see my alarm clock before I see the other things. So it looks like that one might not have saved. So let me try that again. Hold down, swipe over. I want to hold down on this and I want to drag it left, and then I want to drop it right there. Now it's going to be right next to the clock. There we go. You'll see this one too that's asking for permission for your calendar. Hit allow, and you can also see a little pop-up calendar as well. So a lot of cool options that are already available there, but if we hold down the home screen and we swipe all the way over, we can also add new widgets. So hit the plus, and now I can see all the other widgets that are available. You can see a quick snap of any calls that have come through, which I love that one. Again, not even having to open the phone and just be able to see what calls are there. Let's see what else we have here. As we keep swiping, we have our people widget. So I can simply swipe over and I can make a call right from this screen without even having to open the phone. And let's find one more good one. Let's see. Hit the plus, and there is a timer. These are a few shortcut routines. You can have a stock symbol widget be on your front screen too. If you're looking to get out of a trade quickly and you want it to be on your front screen, that's your option there. You got your music. So there's a lot of options here. I probably would opt for this calculator because I do a lot of calculations. So I like that one. And I mean, there's so many great options. So on your phone, make sure you swipe through and look at all the options that are available. This is just so many options that are available that you can access without even opening your phone. So, all right, let's move on to our next tip. We spent a lot of time on that one, but I think there's a lot of good information there. So let's open the phone up. I want to talk about the emergency mode because I think this is a really important feature that most people don't talk about. Okay, so to set up this emergency mode feature, the first thing I want you to do is turn off the Bixby mode when you press the home button. So when you hold down the power button for a few seconds, it will launch Bixby. And frankly, I rarely ever use this, and most people I know don't use it either. I would tell you we're going to program this to do something much better. So let's swipe down from the top of the screen, swipe down again, and let's tap on this power button in the upper right corner. And let's tap on the side button settings. So first, where it says press and hold, I don't want that to be wake up Bixby. I simply want that to be power off menu. So that's definitely convenient. Now the second thing, since we're in here, is we can program our double tap to do something different than launch the camera. If you remember at the beginning of the video, I showed you how to launch the camera pressing your power button 2 times. Well, you might say, I don't take a lot of pictures, I don't care about that feature, I would rather have that launch an app that's more important to me, like your email. Well, you can tap on Open App. You can go in and select a different app to launch when you double tap the power button. So guess what? We're going to change that to Gmail, and now, whenever I press the power button 2 times, it's going to launch Gmail, not the camera. So that's something that you can change at your discretion based upon what makes more sense for how you use the phone. Okay, so for this next feature, I want to show you how to set up your emergency information, which is basically preparing for a situation that could be an emergency. If something were to happen, you can set up an emergency SOS that will send a message to any of your important family or relatives that you would like to be notified if something was happening and you want them to know where you are. So, swipe down from the top of the screen, go to the settings. We're going to go up to the safety and emergency section. And in here, you want to do a couple of things. The first thing you want to do is tap on medical information. Now, you want to just fill in anything that is important about your medical status. So, name, any specific conditions you have, your blood type, allergies, your weight, your height. The reason this is important is if you were to pass out and someone only had your phone in your hand, if you were to trigger the emergency SOS feature, it would show your medical information on screen, which could potentially help medical personnel to give you the proper care. So that's why it's so great to program this. Oftentimes when you're entering a medical emergency, you have a few seconds before whatever happens and you can trigger this feature. So just plug in your information and make sure this feature is set up. Here's the next thing. You'll want to you'll want to program in your emergency contacts. Hit the plus and add any contacts you would like to be pinged in the event you entered an emergency situation and you wanted to let them know where you are. Anyone that is set up under your emergency contacts, if you turn this on, it will ping them that you're, in a situation. It'll ping your location and the phone will start recording from the cameras. So it at least gives them some information about what's happening with you in hopes of being able to get to you and help you. Now next, you'll want to tap on emergency SOS. And so this is just showing you to trigger this feature, you have to press the power button 5 times. Now, once I go through all the different options in this section, I'm going to show you how to trigger this feature. Now, you'll want to enable send SOS to emergency contacts, just like this. Hit continue. And you're basically telling the phone it has permission to share your location with anyone that you've deemed under your emergency contacts. Now, also, you can turn on attach a picture and attach a recording. So it'll take a picture from the front camera, or here it tells you, takes a picture with your front and rear cameras, and it records 5 seconds of audio. So once you trigger that setting, you may want to send a message, hey, I was in an earthquake and a table fell on me, or hey, my blood sugar is low and I think I'm about to pass out. I'm here. So you can use that 5 seconds to kind of give a message about what's happening, and that's what will be sent to emergency contacts. Okay. Now let's go back. Okay. I don't think we need to turn this on. Let's see. Okay, so this is if you wanted to manually trigger the feature, but again, I'll show you how to trigger it in a second. Okay, let's go back here. So the next thing, these are a few other things you can enable. So silent notifications while driving, earthquake alerts. So mainly these are the main options you'll need to go through and set up for this to work properly. Now, the next thing is this, hit the home button. Here's how we trigger this emergency SOS feature. I'm going to tap the power button 5 times in a row. Watch me do it, and I'm going to say it as I'm pressing the buttons here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, emergency SOS, and you would swipe down to call, and it would trigger 911 just like that. Next, it would then go into emergency sharing. So we now need to just simply swipe this in any direction. Now it's emergency sharing, so it's going to start recording what I'm saying, and it's going to take a video from the front and rear cameras. Now I don't have a SIM card in the phone right now, so it's not actually doing it, but I'm just simulating the process so you know how to make it work for you. So those are the main things you would need to know. Super important feature, and I think that this could save many lives if set up, and unfortunately most people don't know about it and they don't set it up, and that's why it is not as effective as it should be. So make sure, if you have any medical conditions, make sure you set that up. Okay, the very last thing I'd like to show you is how to customize your phone. I'm going to give you 2 different ways to do this. Now, if you guys like my wallpaper, I use an app that is called Backdrops, free app in the App Store. Has amazing wallpapers, and it really makes this phone pop using this wallpaper. So that's one option. Another option is holding down the home button and going to wallpaper, or going to themes. If you go to themes, this will take you to the Samsung Galaxy Theme Store, which is a free app that has Samsung features, or Samsung themes that are already built in. Now, the first time you open it, it will trigger you to update the app. As you can see, I haven't opened it yet, so it's doing a quick update. But this, you'll be able to find in this app a ton of really cool wallpapers, app icons. You can have full themes that change the color of all your menus and your backgrounds. So many cool things to choose from. There's a ton of free content in here as well as paid, so you kind of decide based on what you want, if you're willing to pay for it or not. Now, here are all the different options here: themes, wallpapers, icons, always on displays. That little clock that's on the front screen, you can kind of go through here and you can get custom ones as well. Now let me show you my little secret. This is how you find all the best free themes first before you consider buying a paid one. Go to top and then all and go down to free. This will show you all the free options first, so you can scroll through and see if you find something you like first before putting any money up. I always say check the free stuff first, see if there's something you like, and if there's not, no problem. You can simply then check out the paid stuff. This will work for icons, for themes, and always on displays as well. Top, all, and then free. Alright guys, this brings us to the end of the video, and I hope that you've already bumped that like button, because I know for a fact I had to have covered something that you didn't know about this phone. So if you found this video helpful and you haven't done so already, bump that like button down below. If you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. Show us some love in the comment section. Let me know what feature or tip, trick, hidden feature was your favorite. Always love to hear your feedback, and it's encouraging to know these videos help to educate folks on how to use their phones and how to do cool stuff. So thanks again for watching. Take care, and as always, have a good one.